Hey folks, it's me, Joseph, coming at you again with another episode of Art in the Garden, the series where I share with you two things I have an enormous passion for: my art and my container garden. If you're ready, let's grow. All right. All right, so let's start this episode off with a rendering of one of my favorite tomatoes to grow, and that's the beef and the beef steaks. This is one that I grew in the garden, and I really love the size of these tomatoes. I love how they slice. I love the taste. Wonderful tomato to grow for me in the container garden. Plus, they're determinate tomatoes, and that means they won't grow. They'll grow to a certain height, and then but they produce a lot of tomatoes. I am working again, as always, with my watercolor pencils, but this time I'm working on a canvas panel, and I want to see how that works. So I'm going to just start off blocking in some colors, and I'm using some earth tones: brown, red, yellow, green, and yeah. And this whole episode is all about growing tomatoes and how I've had a pretty successful growing season this year. Yeah. And we'll talk a little bit more about that. Now I'm activating the watercolor pencils with the brush and water. And again, I love this medium. It is so versatile. And when I want to go back in, and you'll see a little later, when I go back in for details, it really works well. This is the first time I'm using a canvas panel, and so far it's taking pretty good. I like the way it takes the paint, or takes the watercolor pencil, and I love how blending it is pretty good. And so this is a fun medium for me to work with, really versatile. And I love the fact that once it dries, the painting dries, you can always go back in with some more detail and stuff like that. But again, this is all about the tomatoes, growing some tomatoes. And I can't wait to share with you my process with growing tomatoes, both determinate and indeterminates, and some of the hits and misses that I had this season. And so, yeah. As I said, when it dries, you can go back in and add another layer of color to darken it, or add some more contrast and just add some more detail to it. And I really love that. I love also using this Prismacolor blending stone. That's what I come up with. But hey, let's get out to the garden. Let's grow some tomatoes, okay? I started this off with growing indoors. Started off from seeds, and everything began well. I used the double cut method when I got ready to move everything outside, and everything really took off really well. I was excited about when the opportunity came to transplant everything into larger containers. It really started off pretty good. I had an issue though that I'll share with you. But you can see here I am. I'm growing Romas. I'm growing beefsteaks. I'm growing Cherokee purples also. And I also had some cherry cherry tomatoes that did pretty well. One thing that I ran into was when I don't know what started getting to my tomatoes, but I'll show you a little bit later what happened. But everything began to start off really well. As the flowers began to bloom, I started to change my fertilizing. I went from I increased the phosphorus on the tomatoes, and reduced the nitrogen when they started. And you know me, I love to grow in succession, so I had also other tomato plants ready to go into containers, or to maybe even share and give away to other folks and stuff. And that's what I ended up doing. Yeah, and so I had a really good time with these. These really started off going well. I ran into a problem with some of the tomatoes. Something began to pick at them or eat on them, and I felt like maybe it was either squirrels, birds, something. Maybe not squirrels, but maybe birds or something began to eat at the tomatoes. And I mean, everything was going well when I started noticing that they were getting eaten by something. I ended up just making a couple of plants that were being attacked. Sort of my sacrificial plants. Yeah. And that was how I sort of got through a good growing season. This is where the plants that I just made my sacrificial plant, and I moved everything else to the other side of the garden. When I reduced the nitrogen and began to increase the phosphorus, I changed to a Miracle Grow Blossom Bloom fertilizer, along with my fish emulsion that I use quite regularly. And everything began to really just take off. And the surprising thing was I didn't have to deal with hornworms this year. I don't know why. That seems to be an issue every year. But this year, look at this. I mean, I had a great harvest. The one thing about these Cherokee purples is that they produce really nice tomatoes. My wife loved them. She loved the taste. However, they didn't produce a lot. Unlike these early girls here that produced a lot. The beefsteaks produced a lot. I was just impressed. The aromas did extremely well. Although I did run into some blossom end rot a little bit with these lomas, and I'm still trying to figure out, what causes. I know what causes it. I just don't know how to remedy that. But all in all, the harvest was fantastic. And so, yeah, I'm very pleased with everything that happened in the garden this year. Love these Cherokee purples. I loved the beefsteaks that came about. I loved the early girls. Look at it. I mean, now these are the Cherokee purples. Again, wonderful tomato. It just didn't produce a lot. But I did get enough to at least please my wife. She really enjoyed those in her salads and stuff. And the early girls, fantastic. Early girls here. One thing that I thought I was successful with was harvesting some celebrity seeds from last year. But come to find out, that you can harvest the seeds and you can plant them, but you're not going to get a true celebrity tomato. And so I still got something. I'm not sure what variety it was, but still, all in all, a wonderful, wonderful tomato harvest this year. And so, I'm thoroughly pleased with everything that happened this growing season in the garden. So, hey, if you love what I am doing and you want to continue to see videos like this, drop me a line, drop me some comments, and we'll go from there, and I'll try to continue to keep growing and keep producing these wonderful, wonderful crops that are so good for me and my family. Yeah, I love it. I love it. So, hey, check out my website if you want to, or you can always shoot me some comments. I'm always open to responding to them. And until next time, I always hope you join me for a little art in the garden. Okay? I'll see you soon. Take care.